Hey, Leo. It's your moon. It's your full moon, Leo. Welcome to your reading. This reading is performed under the full moon in Leo in late January 2021, but really my readings are timeless, so whenever you found this video and have clicked on it, this is when you're meant to see it. Your peak full moon was last night, so truly we're still, we're in the waning gibbous phase, day one, but we're still in Leo. We're still under the sign of Leo, so that's very auspicious for you, particularly because it's in your sign and it's going to enhance and brighten and make more brilliant those aspects of you, Leo, that are particularly they're going to be particularly strong right now. Your sense of confidence, your sense of brilliance, your sense of, just fiery power, really. So come out and shine right now. So let's get into your reading without further ado. All right, for Leo. This is all, sorry, not a little message on my, yes, nice, very nice, Leo. Let me just set this up so that I don't freak out. So Leo, what we're dealing with here is we start your reading with the Magician being the signifier. Magician is the master manifestor, as we all know by now. So what your situation deals with is something that you're manifesting into reality here in the 3D. You have also all of the tools for this. You have all the tools for the job. You have access to all the elements that you need to manifest this thing in your life forward, wherever this lies in your life. This is the general reading, so it'll be a little different for everybody. Some of you are working on something, and some of you are going into divine partnerships, either romantically or platonically or professionally, project-based. This is all happening, and you're manifesting forward your great success. So this is in this period of time, you're in the midst of alchemizing the elements for this event to occur for you. What's crossing you is the energy of the Five of Swords, and by crossing you, it's either supporting or it's an obstacle, or it's something that is sort of commingling with your essential energy in terms of the signifier. And the Five of Swords energy is this feeling where the fight or the battle of a part of this manifestation is feeling is beginning to feel futile. And I feel like you're up in your head right now. Swords energy is head energy, is mental energy. And so this notion that that there are things that have been too difficult to surmount in order to bring this manifestation forward. And it's beginning to feel like it's not worth the effort. But I want to tell you that it is. I want to say that for some of you, you're going to be acknowledging with this energy, you're acknowledging the things that you do need to turn your focus away from. It's not to devalidate this feeling. It's not to say that, it doesn't exist. But it is saying that there is a better place you can put your energy. When we are manifesting, as the law of attraction goes, probably the most difficult part of manifesting forward is to truly let it go, to truly let the universe do its part. But the work that you need to do, that's not where it ends. It's not like, and now I go and watch TV. It's how do I bring my vibration up? How do I do my part? How do I make the small steps towards my manifestation so that I can meet the universe halfway to see it through? There are going to be things that have been feeling like maybe they were the right things to do, the right boxes to check towards seeing your manifestation move forward, but they're actually feeling like upward battles, that they're not moving the needle any further, and it's actually bringing your vibration down. And that's not the right recipe for manifestation. It just isn't. So you're probably right in thinking that there's something better you can be doing to keep your vibration high. So the advice here is going to be keep manifesting this brilliant thing forward, but also look at where you can kind of clean up your efforts, and only focus on those things that truly keep you in a high vibration, in a positive and motivated space, Leo. At the root of you is the Wheel of Fortune. It is, your time is now. The wheel is turning in your favor. There's a lot of luck on your side. But luck is sort of a flimsy way to look at it. It's sort of a flimsy notion for such a great big deal. The wheel acknowledges not just good fortune. It's not enough. It acknowledges that life goes up, life goes down. That life is a series of cycles. It is ever flowing, and sometimes we're at the top and other times we're at the bottom, and sometimes we're somewhere in between, right? And true humility comes from the knowledge that when we are at the bottom, when we're feeling like things are low in our lives, the wheel will turn. It's bound to turn in our favor. And same thing when we are feeling really like things are very much in our favor, that the wheel is likely going to turn. How far down that dips is different for everybody, and hopefully we don't dip way down. We do want to keep a nice homeostasis. That is acknowledged too, by the way. But just in terms of of really big achievements, and then plateaus, and then sometimes a little bit of hardship, the wheel will always turn anyway. And life is a cycle and series of these things, and surmounting challenges and pushing yourself to achieve greater things means that you're going to have some hardship along the way, because that's how you grow. That's how you move past the boundary. You have to break old skin in order to form new skin as well. And some of that is painful, and some of that feels like bottom of the wheel stuff. At the root of you, it acknowledges with the Wheel of Fortune in the upright that you are on an upturn, that fortune is turning in your favor and fueling your manifestation. It also tells me that the universe is here working on your side in spite of some of the stuff that some of the blockages that you're facing, Leo. And in your past position is the Temperance card. This really, three major arcana right out the gate, by the way. So this is a really big time in your life, even though it's sort of like the week of the gibbous waning moon. It's a moment in time that feels like there's a lot going on. I think that's true for a lot of people right now. The world is in such a place where everybody's lives have been really disruptive, and so every move feels pretty massive right now. So it's not that surprising to see so much major arcana going on in so many of these readings that I'm doing. Leo, for you, it has to do with you manifesting forward the next phase of your life, the next cycle, the next turn of the wheel. And the Temperance card to me mirrors a lot of the energy of the Magician, and I like to call the Temperance card a sort of one-stop shop for that. To me, the Temperance card has, simply put, I think overly simplified, it's a card of patience and moderation, but it's also the card of Sagittarius, which is fire. So these are all sort of juxtaposing ideas that don't quite add up at first glance. But really what's going on, the Temperance card to me as a reader, I see Two of Cups energy. I see, which is, can also be called Lover's energy. I see Judgment energy. I see Sun energy. And I see Magician energy. And it's the alchemization, turning water into wine. It's the active part of what the Magician is manifesting. That's what I'm being called to. That's the message I'm being called to deliver to you right now, Leo. That in your past, you have been actively alchemizing and transmuting your energies, all of these resources that you've had since the beginning, Leo. You've been working with them expertly in order to see your manifestation forward, whatever that is for you. It's different for everybody. I'm not going to be specific here, but some of you it's going to be towards relationships deepening. Others of you it's going to be towards a really big business venture or just a big life-changing event in your life, and you're seeing it forward. It's very emotional. It's very emotionally charged. All of this water down here with the toe dip is, and there's a real sense of justice, and there's a real sense of coming together. It's, you're really making it happen. So that's why this is so frustrating when you come up against energy that feels immovable or feels futile or feels like, that threatens this feeling of ascension to make you feel like what you've been fighting for is not as worth it in the end. But I'm here to tell you that it is. You just need to get, to maybe cycle out or change focus away from these other energies that do bring you this anxiety, make you go up in your head. Because really what's crowning you is this energy of the Eight of Swords. And that's talks exactly about being up in your head and having self-defeating ideas, self-defeating beliefs that you need to let go of. The Eight of Swords talks about somebody who is entrapped by their own thoughts. They are in bondage and blindfolded, and they feel surrounded by negative thoughts and negative ideas. But all of this is if it's not of their own making, they can certainly get out of it on their own. The binds are very loosely tied, and once she wiggles out of that, she can take the blindfold off, and then she can look around and see that the swords have a huge opening and that she can walk right through. She's not trapped, she's just keeping herself there. He or she, when I say he or she, I'm going to try to practice saying they. I apologize. It doesn't matter what gender you are, by the way. Like, it just, I'm citing the genders on the card, but whatever gender you are, what the feeling of this card is that this person, is entrapped by their own self-limiting thoughts and beliefs. And if this is crowning you, Leo, this is what's getting in the way. This is what's creating this energy, because what's happening around you and what you've actually been doing and your efforts have been committing towards an energy that is putting forth manifestation. The universe is hearing you, and that and that fortune is on your side. You are advised to let go of this energy. It's all up in your head, and you have the power of the Magician and the power of Temperance. This is really beautiful divine energy, patience and moderation. It shows a great deal of discipline and enlightenment, and you need to be using this to help yourself out of this energy, because this is a personal takedown, and you're the only one doing it to yourself. Externally, this is not happening. People are not judging you this way. People are not seeing you negatively. People are not trying to deny you anything that you're manifesting or putting forth. You're so powerful that you're the only one who can do that to yourself. That's how powerful you are. So be careful. Use that power wisely, because and just turn your energy away from it. And don't waste it there. Divorce yourself from thinking that you're not good enough. You are good enough. It's troubling that that's the crowning energy. It's a shame, because it's really sad, and I understand. It's like we all kind of do that from time to time. I realize, but it's there's so much beautiful energy, and it's so it's so much beautiful major arcana energy. To have it be tainted by your self-limiting thoughts is I'm not going to say it's just a shame. It's bigger than that, isn't it? Because this is stuff that you need to start. It's here to acknowledge that this is happening for you in spite of all of this positive movement forward, and that it is getting in the way, and it's your opportunity to take care of it now, to look inside and meditate on what it is that that keeps you going to this place in your head. You know, it's time to address it, because I don't think that it's keeping you away from anything, but it's certainly muddling the journey. And the journey can be so much more enjoyable, and you can feel the joy of the receipts of your manifestation much more freely and purely, and definitely if you can let go of these thoughts, because we've got major arcana all over the board, including the Lovers in your near future. The Lovers is a clear, it's a beautiful soul contract. It's a partnership that was forged under the stars. You know, it's meant to be. If you subscribe to soulmate ideology, it's your soulmate or soulmates. But you know, this speaks to a really deep partnership, and for a lot of you it is going to be romantic, but for a lot of others of you it's going to just be a partnership that is really meaningful to this process and sees you through and in this manifestation process. It really, you know, is all about coming together with somebody in the near future who's going to, this may be the essence of your manifestation. Some of you are manifesting a partnership like this, a friendship like this, you know, a meeting of minds, somebody who just feels cut from the same cloth, and, you know, and whatever place in your life they take, this is what you're manifesting forward. And it's here, they're here, they come along in the near future, you know, as you move forward. Again, major arcana, it's a really big relationship. Lovers can also speak to contracts, and you know, in that same way, like you like have a soul contract with somebody, can also talk about going into a really big agreement. So some of you might be, you know, doing something really big time, like buying a house, or you know, just signing a big deal, like signing on to, if what you're manifesting is a big client or a big job offer, you're signing the paperwork on it here. This is like a covenant, you know, that kind of promise. Really, it's like the ink is thick. And so that's happening in the near future, and this is so interesting. So you are represented by the Hierophant here, Leo. In the Hierophant is, you know, well, you know, I'm just going to come out and say it, with the Lovers on the table, it can be a marriage proposal for some of you. That's the, you know, or a proposal to go to the next level and legitimize this relationship. The Hierophant, you know, often points to, especially in relationship readings, which this is not specifically, but I need to cover it, you know, but he talks about the tradition of marriage, and but he also talks about other traditions too, and structures, spiritual structures. This is your position, so you're coming forward in a really disciplined way. You're coming forward as a real spiritual leader out of this manifestation process, and you know, everything that's happening, I apologize for the outside noise, but everything that, you know, that you're manifesting forward, you're doing it with a great deal of leadership. So whatever this other stuff is that's going on, it's, you know, it's sort of incidental, and it's something that doesn't stop you from coming forward with full leadership in a spiritual sense. You have great discipline, you have great practice moving forward on this, and you are making deep proposals around your manifestation. Again, I'm very sorry about the outside noise. And it's a card of delegation as well, such as is the leadership. It's a card of leveling up. And in your position, it means that, once again, you know, just like it can mean that you're taking a relationship to the next level, you're also taking your practice to the next level. You're, in a very, through a disciplined schedule, a disciplined practice, you are going to the next stage of this thing that you're manifesting forward. And then in your environment is the Emperor, and this is very supportive energy to the Hierophant. I feel like they speak to a lot of the same things. Hierophant is in this spiritual sense, and the Emperor is here on earth. He talks about structure and authority in similar ways as the Hierophant, but he's really like about now brick and mortar authority. Aries energy, and this is Taurus energy, by the way, in cases the signs resonate for you to confirm further some of this. I should say Gemini over here. I think, like I said, Sagittarius, fixed signs. So all 4 fixed signs. We've got, what are they? Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. You're in this. So really quick, when you show up in your own reading, Leo, in a really strong position, this is the root of you, and this is good fortune turning your way. It's a very powerful indicator of the type of force and power that you are coming at this with, and supported again by these really powerful, established leadership energies of the Hierophant and the Emperor. And being in your environment, the Emperor can speak to what this covenant is. You know, if you look at this, you know, whether it's romantic or business or otherwise platonic, you know, this is the partnership in your future. And then you've got yourself and then your environment, your external energy. And so this is like the power couple, you know, this is the power partnering. You know, you've got you know, the yin and the yang, sort of, but not quite feminine and masculine, more the spiritual and the earthbound, is one way to look at this. That's what's coming through for me. Sorry, my nose is itching. And, but very powerful. Earth and fire. And what else do I want to say about this in your environment? Yeah, this really establishes eventually. This is on the way to establishing. This is whatever you're manifesting is on its way to legitimizing. It's becoming very, very real. It's going the next level. It's really, you know, the process is being, you put the process in place, you tempered it forward, and, you know, and you forged great partnerships through it. And now it's taking form here in the 3D. It's going to the next level, and the cement around it is all drying, and so is the ink. What is in your hopes and fears is the 10 of wands, and that's a sense of burden. It's a sense you're hoping and fearing that, you know, you're afraid that you might not be able to handle this, you know. And I think that's what goes with this energy here. Like when you get up in your head, it's this idea that I can't handle it. And, you know, here's the thing about the 10 of wands is that it is acknowledging that there is a burden. You're holding up a lot of wands, but you can do it. You can do it. You have all the stuff on the table here pointing to your capability, you know, in overflowing. You're in overstock of capability. It's and so, but you know, it's only natural to worry when we level up, we get to a place where we haven't been before. You know, it's the first thing we wonder. Of course it is, but you're getting it to the point of anxiety and making it paralyze you a little bit, and that's got to come to an end. So let's soften it to the wands and understand that what the 10 of wands also talks about is your specialness. You know, that the burden is also it has to do with your unique fire. I'm sorry, Leo, the video cut out because I got a call. I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. All right, let's try to shore that up. It talks about the burden of your unique capabilities, Leo. So this being in your hopes and fears talks about you wondering if you can handle it, but also sort of being afraid of all that you are. And that's natural too. That sort of happens. You get a little afraid of, you know, of experiencing your gifts, and in a way that for different reasons. Some people it's because you don't want to, you're afraid that it might be confirmed that they're not really there, you know. I felt that, you know, or that you feel like it's, for some people, your gifts can be a scary thing to, being extraordinary, being special is difficult. That's why everybody is, but the hard part is committing to a discipline so that you can access and use all of your specialness on a regular basis. And it's takes a lot of energy. And that's acknowledged here, Leo, and you have it, and by all evidence, you're seeing it through in spite of these fears, in spite of these anxieties, and it's really, really beautiful. That's, you know, the people who really stand out, they're just the people who commit to it, who are brave enough and use their courage to nurture their specialness forward and share it and turn it into a service. And you do. You turned it into a service, and you turned it into your legacy. So here's your legacy card. This is your outcome. It's the 10 of Pentacles. It is legacy wealth and legacy security. It is a type of success that is abundant for generations. And it's something that you put forward and give out, and it's community wealth, and it's also, you know, just community security. Imbued in this card is not only your pentacles, your sense of material security, it's also a sense of emotional security. It's you know, a line of family, you know, here for generations, including the dogs, you know, and this is your outcome, Leo. It's really, really beautiful. It's almost like you don't have to clarify beyond that, huh? But let's just, you know, yeah, give you a little bit more in your outcome. That's what I'm doing for all the readings, even when they come out like super positive. And we're just going to get a little bit more clarity on that. That came out and that came out. Okay. Oh, did this come out too? Well, I'm just getting muddy now, but a little. That was the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So, lesser messages that we'll touch on, but really the ones that came out were in support of your 10 of Pentacles. We've got the 8 of Wands, fast-moving energy and messages coming through. The Justice card. Look at, like, all of your red-robed figures are here on the table. This really establishes as a sense of justice and equilibrium and balance. And it's in terms of the Wheel of Fortune and in terms of like the balancing here. This is a just result. This is you receiving your karma. The karma bank is for you is full, if not overflowing, and the scales are, the equilibrium is struck, and that equals your success. And that's the messages that you're hearing. All signs point to yes on that. It's letting you walk away from things that no longer served you on an emotional level. It's letting you walk, and you're making the decision to walk into the moonlight, into the unknown for your next adventure. Walking away from these cups, it means that you've lost taste for something. That means you're growing, that you're letting yourself grow, that you're letting yourself recognize what no longer is elevating you. It's something that is hard to do, which is why there's this air of sadness. But look at your this red-robed figure here. Red robes. If somebody is wearing red, you know, in your midst, you know, say hi to them. They may be significant. I mean, don't go and knock on every red-robed person's door. But it's pretty significant. Maybe there's a red dress that you love to wear, Leo. But it's really standing out to me in this reading because they're just everywhere. They're just everywhere. And but yeah, you have the courage to move forward and away from the things that no longer serve, which is not an easy thing to do. Totally acknowledged. There's an offer of love, unconditional love that comes out of this. Your cup will overflow with the sense of love and creativity, and you know, and just feel your heart will burst forward with just love and creativity. You know, that's the essence of the Ace of Cups, and it's a new beginning in this direction. So as you walk away from these cups that are, you know, no longer served, the universe brings in a new one that has fresh water, you know, fresh, clean, pure emotion. And that is your gift and your birthright, really. But and it's all has to do with this legacy wealth that's coming forward as well. And again, just really quick, we have these swords energies, and I feel like this transmutes into this. which is to say, if this Swords energy was causing anxiety and entrapment, this is the idea of taking a break and meditating and resorting away in order to clean that up and become more honed in your communication and in your thought process. The Queen of Swords is a very sophisticated representation of the air and intellectual energy. And so you're smartening up through meditation, through stepping back away from that, because that's required. When this energy comes up, this is required. You have to step back. Nobody's telling you to just like drop it, you know, to just stop doing that. That never works, you know. You need to actively retreat and go into a meditation mode in order to understand what it is you're dealing with here, what your mind is, what's on your mind and why it's there, so that you can get to this point of mental clarity and mental, you know, exaltation, so that your word is true to yourself as much as to anybody else, and so that you can move forward with peace of mind and enjoy all of this as you should, because all of this is cooking up right now. Whether or not you're enjoying that process because of the Swords energy is in question, but let me just tell you that there is much to be enjoying. Just, it's about dismissing, understanding, and then dismissing this energy, Leo. I hate to put it this way, but you're your own worst enemy right now, because the universe is absolutely on your side and there's nothing else holding you back. And I'm just here to confirm it. And you've got a really beautiful partnership on the way here too. You may already know this person that's forging right now. Leo, this is a very beautiful reading to me, very powerful. I hope this resonated with you. If it does, please do hit the like button and subscribe. And I hope to see you at the next one. In the meantime, I'm sending you so much love and light. Thank you.